coming up. Kinda make my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back.
All right, Coach, the day's growing shorter, and folks in these parts gearing up for ski season, but we've got football to keep us busy right now from Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go. 50 plant.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Get it.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. But it winds up falling incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Patterson, flush to his right, airing it out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Ryan. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They juked him. Caught by Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the
pressure? Gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just...
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 31, Ryan. eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball for him.
So don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Lindsey. Oh, no, Lindsey lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He completes it to Jones. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Bronco defense comes up big.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Looking to throw. Patterson. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Back to throw. Patterson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This will be fielded at the 17. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to get it to Ito Smith that time. And it's 3rd down. Play action. Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way. That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski. Ask around. They'll tell you. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Ryan, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1 yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7 yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On second down, it's Freeman. And now look at him go. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman, 92 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd down, Freeman. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Looking to throw. Patterson sliding out of the pocket. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Ryan looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Patterson is caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah,
or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first. Now Ito Smith. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Ryan to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 6. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Patterson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A huge play there for Denver. 49 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. Patterson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make.
And now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Patterson. And now here's another interception. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Smith. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Stop your whining.
Throwing again. Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
And it's third down. Third and 13.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Third and long. It's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run with Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Freeman. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
70 Indy.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Julio Jones once again the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. To throw again, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back up. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Takk McKinley in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Takk McKinley. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A first down carry for Smith. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. To throw on 2nd down. Patterson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Back to throw. Patterson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing after the interception. Patterson, a little check down to Lindsey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Patterson, and he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
On the set.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
At the 17-yard line.
Now.
2nd and 11. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperate. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
He's not going to get me.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state brought me looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank.
up in this magic. One up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the